Hi everyone. Let's talk about NXT Gold Rush Week 2, which was a fun show as well. There was some flaws, but this show was a fun show though. Let's talk about it. So we had Jackson Drake fences Shane. I'll say it again. I'll say it again. Sean Legacy. I'll say it again. Sean Legacy fences Jackson Drake, which this was a great match for the Evolve Championship. Let's talk about it, guys. This was a great opener. So the bell rings and the two lock up, and the action spills out of the ring, and Sean Legacy sends Drake's face bouncing off the ring apron, and he connects with a chomp on his chest and dumps him back inside, then gets in smoke and bare face on the outside, and this opens the door for Jackson Drake to clock Sh- Sean Legacy from behind, but Sean Legacy dumps Jackson Drake. I was thinking Jackson Drake back in the ring and goes for a pin, and Jackson Drake kicks out back from the break, and Jackson Drake lands Sean Legacy with a kick to his head and whips him into the corner, then delivers a kick to him, then goes for a pin. But Legacy kicks out, then Legacy delivers a German suplex to Drake, then lands a drop kick on him off the top rope. Then Legacy responds with a kick to Drake in the corner, then sends him crashing into the mat with a Falcon Arrow, then goes for a pin, but Drake kicks out. Then Drake delivers a excuse me, Drake delivers a pair of double knees to Legacy's midsection, but Legacy responds with a duplex to Drake off the top rope and goes for a pin, and Drake kicks out, but Legacy sets up for a Death Valley driver on him. Then Drake offenses it and sends Legacy crashing into the mat, but Drake responds with the an aliving on Legacy for the win, and that's how Jackson Drake defeated Sean Legacy, guys, and retained the Evolve Championship. Then after the match, Jackson Drake celebrates in the ring with with Bayer and Smoke. We then head backstage and we see Eden Page pay a visit to Soruka after Soruka leaves. Miles Bourne appears and gets into a verbal conversation with Eden Page. Then the final influence make their way to the ring, and then Saria follows, and we have Fallen Haley versus Saria for the WWE Women's Speed Championship. In this match was why can't they just have the speed title be 15-minute limit, not a 5-minute limit? Oh man, I swear, man, they should just drop the speed title. It's worthless. It is worthless. I'm sorry to sound like a big butthole. I'm sorry to sound like a big butthole, but they should just drop the speed title. I'm sorry to say that, but they should drop it. But let's talk about this match anyways. But for the people that enjoy the WWE Speed Championships and stuff, good for you. But me, in my opinion, they should, if they want to keep them, they should have them as a 15-minute limit or a 20-minute limit. But if they want to freaking still have these 3-minute matches or 5-minute matches, you might as well just drop them. Sorry to say that, but I don't like these kind of matches that are short. And then the time limit expired and there was no winner. Let's talk about it anyways. Let's talk about it. So the bell rings as the 5-minute limit begins. The two women lock up, and Fallen Haley is sent a sleeper on Saria, but Saria sends her crashing into the corner, spine first into escape, and rolls her up. And Fallen Haley kicks out, then lands an open palm strike on Saria. Then Saria rolls up Fallen Haley as the clock passes 4 minutes, but Fallen Haley kicks out, and Saria sits into a second pinfall. Then Fallen Haley kicks out, but Saria catches her with a big with a boot, with a boot on her midsection and stuff with the midsection, and then whips her into the corner, and she lands a splash on her as the clock hits 3 minutes, and then goes for a pin. Then Fallen Haley kicks out, but Saria sends a Boston Crab on her. Then Fallen Haley crawls over to the bottom rope to escape, but Saria catches Fallen Haley with a right hand, and then Fallen Haley then responds with a strike on Saria in the corner as the clock ascends to a minute and 30 seconds. Then Saria lands a right hand on Reed and JC Jane onto the outside and ascends to the top rope, then lands a dive on her. Then finally Haley delivers a DDT to Saria, then pins her, but then Saria kicks out as the clock hits 10 seconds. Then Saria gets Fallen Haley up for a F5, but before she can land it, the 5-minute limit lands, and then it aspires. Yeah, 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 guys. I'm telling you, that made no freaking sense. Oh man, that made no freaking sense right there. Then after the match, Every Rain makes her wait out and she says there needs to be a new champion. And then she says Saria and Fallen Haley will now be facing one other than a Since Death, which that was good. They restarted the match. She said we need a new champion and all that stuff, which that was good and stuff. And then, Fallen Haley won and stuff. Good for Fallen Haley, but at first, man, they need to stop doing these 3 to 5 minute matches with that. Like I said again, but good for her, Fallen Haley, and having to restart the match. But still, the match wasn't my cup of tea. I'm sorry to say that. Sorry to sound like a big butthole or whatever. But anyways, let's talk about it. So the bell rings, restarts the match. Saria gets Haley up on her shoulder and she sets up the F5, but Haley dumps Saria out of the ring. Then back in the ring, Fallen Haley strips Saria at the middle of the rope, and Saria fires up forearms on Haley, but Haley responds by launching a scissor armbar across face on Saria. Then Saria reverses into a pinfall, but Fallen Haley reverses into a fall of her own. Then Saria kicks out, then levels Fallen Haley with a clothesline, then runs her over with a big boot, then sends her crashing into the mat. Then Fallen Haley sends Saria crashing into the mat with a Famouser to win. Good for Fallen Haley. Good for her becoming the new WWE Women's Speed Champion, but that title isn't worth crap in my opinion. Then we head over to a video from John Cena, who announces that Devon Evans and Leon Slater and Joe Henry and Delon Lexon of the Dark State will be competing in the Man's Iron Survivor Challenge, with the last competitor in the match being determined by whoever wins the upcoming match between Miles Bourne and Trick Williams. Then we had Jordynne Grace that makes her way to the ring, and Xia Li and Kelani Jordan follow, guys, and we had the three-way. The three-way was great. This match was great, and the outcome was great, with Xia Li becoming the new TNA Knockouts Women's Champion. I'll say this women's match, was way better. Way freaking better. Way freaking better. Let's talk about it anyways, guys. Let's talk about it anyways. But this was a banger, in my opinion, this three-way for the TNA Knockouts Women's World Championship. Let's talk about it anyways. So the bell rings and Jordan slides out of the ring, and Xia Li rolls Jordynne Grace up, but Jordynne Grace kicks out, and Jordan rains down right hands on her, and Jordynne Grace whips Jordan into the corner, but Li Ling Li, aka Xia Li, connects with a boot on Grace, and Lee connects with a double blockbuster on Grace, and Jordan off the bottom rope then rains down right hands on Grace and dumps her across the ring. Then Lee ascends on the top rope, but Jordan pushes her off, and Grace fires right hands and left hands on Jordan, then whips her into the corner face first and rocks her with a pair of double knees to the back of her neck. And then she delivers an uppercut to her and connects with a fader bomb, then goes for a pin, but Jordan kicks out. Then Jordan dumps Lee back out of the ring. Then she gets back inside, then lands a hammer and a Sin style elbow on the back of Grace, then a knee and I'll say it again, back on Grace neck, and follows it up with a face buster, and she goes for a pin, but Jordynne Grace kicks out. Then Jordan then sends Grace face bouncing off her knee, and then connects with a knee strike on the back of her neck, then delivers a springboard moonsault off the rope, then takes out Lee and Grace onto the outside, then back from the back. I'll say it again, back from the break. I'll say it again, back from the break. Kelani Jordan lands a frog splash and pins Jordan Grace. Then Lee breaks the fall, then fires up forearms on Grace into the corner, while Grace as Jordan up on her shoulder, then lands a drop kick off the bottom rope. Then Grace delivers a German suplex to Lee, then totters on the ropes with her. Then Lee fires up forearms on Grace, but Jordan sends Lee crashing into the mat off her shoulder. Then Jordan then lands a moonsault on Grace off the top rope, but Lee sends an ankle lock on her, and then Jordan escapes her submission hold. Then Grace lands a powerbomb on Lee, then pins her. Then Jordan breaks the fall, and she then delivers one to Jordan, then powerbombs her, but Lee breaks the fall. Then Grace gets Lee up on her shoulder, but Jordan pulls her out of the ring and sends to the top, and she sets up for a 450 splash on Lee, but Lee rolls out of the way and she gets Jordan up on her shoulder. Then Jordan then rolls up Grace, but Grace kicks out and connects with a sit out powerbomb on Jordan. And then Lee breaks the fall with a kick to Grace's head, then sends her crashing out of the ring and pins Jordan herself for the win. And that's how Li Ling Lee became the new TNA Knockouts Women's World Champion, Xia Li. Give it up to Xia Li. She deserved it. She works too hard, man. She really did. When she was in the WWE, by herself, being on that side before this partnership, Vince McMahon didn't know what to do with her. Yeah, that old freaking geezer, he didn't know what to do with freaking Xia Li. Sorry, going with my rant. I don't care. It's my channel. We then head over to a video of Ricky Saints speaking with Sarah, the commentator Sarah, ahead of his match against with Obafemi for the NXT Championship at Deadline. Then we had Conor Gray. Oh, Conor Gray. Oh, I'm telling you, Conor Gray, she's great. She's great in the ring. We had Conor Gray fences Leon Reed for the Evolve Women's Championship. This was a good match. Let's talk about this Evolve Women's Championship match with Kendall Gray with Wentz Sinclair by her side fences Leon Reed for the Evolve Women's Championship. Let's talk about it, guys. Good match, though. Good freaking match, in my opinion. Let's talk about it anyways. The bell rings, and Gray rain downs right hands on Reed, and Reed fires up stumps on Gray in a cinch corner, but Gray charges at Reed in the corner, and Reed moves out of the way. Back in the break, Reed sends Gray crashing into the mat face first with an inch wrench. Then the two women tater on the rope, but Gray fires off Reed with back elbows and delivers a moonsault to her off the bottom rope. And Gray levels Reed with a pair of back elbows, but Reed then lands a scoop power slam on Reed, and she goes for a pin, but Reed kicks out, and Gray lynches an armbar on Reed, but JC Jane and Fallen Haley run down to the ring and hop up on the apron to cause a distraction. Then Sinclair levels Fallen Haley with a forearm on the apron, and Gray dumps JC Jane out of the ring before the ref ejects. And then Haley and Jane and Sinclair, Wentz Sinclair and Charlie Dempsey, who have appeared at from ringside, and then Gray delivers a German suplex to Reed off the bottom rope, then follows it up with a flatland to Reed for the win, and that's how Kendall Gray retained the Evolve Championship. She's a star. She's a star. Let's give it up to Kendall Gray, guys. She's good. She's really good. Oh man, just imagine her in the Indies or AEW in the future or whatever. Because I know some of you AEW fans want her so bad. I know you guys are gonna say, "Oh, she's not good in WWE because she works in WWE." Who cares? Kendall Gray is great. Who cares where she works at? She then heads. Then, oh, sorry, apologies. We then head over to a video from John Cena, who announces that Soruka and Lola Vice and Kalani Jordan and Jordan Grace and Kendall Gray will be competing in the Women's Iron Survivor Challenge. Oh, that's going to be good. That's going to be good stuff in the Iron Survivor. Good stuff. Oh, man, I can't wait for this Saturday, man. It's going to be good stuff. Good stuff. Man, Then we had Miles Bourne versus Trick Williams in an Iron Survivor Challenge qualifier. Let's talk about it, guys. This match was good, guys, and this was the main event. This, guys, was the main event. Let's talk about it. The bell rings, and Trick Williams runs over and Bourne's with a clothesline, and Miles Bourne levels Trick Williams with a drop kick, but Trick Williams fires off right hands on Miles Bourne as we see Joe Henry and Leon Slater and Devon Evans watching the action from ringside, and Trick Williams lands a backstabber to Miles Bourne, and Trick Williams fires off a chomp on Miles Bourne, but Miles Bourne fires off uppercuts on Trick Williams and connects with a body slam on him, and Trick Williams lands a fireman carry on Bourne's, but Bourne's responds with a power slam to Trick Williams and lands Trick Williams with a pair of clothesline, and he lands a right hand on Trick Williams' chest, but Trick Williams responds with a wrench to Miles Bourne, but Miles Bourne and Trick Williams then take out one another with neck breakers, but Miles Bourne lands a German suplex on Trick Williams, and Trick Williams sets up a running knee on Miles Bourne onto the outside, but Miles Bourne ducks out of the way, and Trick Williams is sent crashing into the ring steps, and Miles Bourne then levels Trick Williams. I'll say it again, guys. Hold on. He does that. Oh, appreciate everybody coming in. Okay. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. I appreciate that you said that. I don't care. It's my channel. Love it. Love it, bro. Love it. I really do. I love it, man. The thing is with you and me, I love wrestling, bro. Go talk about go do your own channel and do that, bro. I have you as a moderator, and you should be happy that I have you as a moderator, and I have you shout out in the banner. Sorry to sound like a butthole to you, but that's all I got to say. If you're going to say watch my back, you know what I'm saying? So, but anyways, bro, I when you said that, I thought you were like turning on my back. That's I don't like that, man. I don't like that. Oh, okay, okay. I thought you were talking about me. I thought you were talking about me, bro. Sorry. My apologies. That's why I was going on a little rant on that. So yeah, then Trick Williams fires up a chop on Miles Bourne, but Miles Bourne fires up uppercuts on Trick Williams and connects with a body slam on him. Then Trick Williams lands a fireman carry on Miles Bourne, but Miles Bourne responds with a power slam to Trick Williams and levels Trick Williams with a pair of clotheslines and then lands a right hand on Trick Williams' chest. But Trick Williams responds with an interwrench to Miles Bourne, and Miles Bourne and Trick Williams then takes out one another with neck breakers, but Miles Bourne lands a German suplex on Trick Williams, and then Trick Williams sets up a running knee on Miles Bourne onto the outside, but Miles Bourne ducks out of the way, and Trick Williams is sent crashing into the steel steps, and Miles Bourne then levels Trick Williams with a jumping reverse bulldog before he dumps him back in the ring and delivers a second one to him for the win. And that's what happened, and that's how Miles Bourne won the match. Good for Miles Bourne. Good for him. And Trick Williams, love Trick Williams, even though he lost that match. Good for both of those guys. They delivered and stuff. And I love it, man. Oh, man. After the match, Dark, Dark State appears at ringside and shrinks Miles Bourne and Leon Slater and the Von Evans, and Joe Henry runs out to present Miles Bourne with some backup, and all 8 men stared one another down as the show went off air. So yes, guys, I appreciate it. All the live viewers and replay viewers, and I love you all, guys, the lovers, the supporters. But to the other people, go watch somebody else. But anyways, guys, I gave this show an 8 out of 10. It was a very good show, and I give it an 8 out of 10, guys. The only disappointment I had was, why did they have Trick Williams and Miles Bourne as the main event? They could have had, Sia Lee and Jordan Grace and, Jordan Grace and Sia Lee and, Kalani Jordan and Jordan Grace and Sia Lee as the main event instead of that. But it is what it is. But I gave this show an 8 out of 10, and that was the downfall. That was the one that I give a notch down to. And the other thing that I would give a notch down to was that WWE Speed Championship. It was confusing. Like, they could have, they should just drop that title because how they give limits to that damn belt. But that's just my opinion on it. If you like the speed title, cool for you. But me and personally, it's not my cup of tea. But anyways, guys, that's all I have to say. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit those notification bells as always, guys. And this is Christopher Jackson, Denver, 2006. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel as always, and hit those bells. And much love. Peace out and take care.